All right, guys, welcome to my home garage. Quick video today. So this is a 2006 to 2011 Honda Civic with a 1.8. And if you guys look right in there, if you can see below that bolt, you see how oily it is just above that belt, like down there. There's an inspection cover for the tensioner, and they leak. You can see the wetness right there. There's 3 bolts. They ride along the belt, so you got to remove the belt to get good access. 3 10mm bolts holding an inspection cover for the tensioner. Remove that. Clean the entire area up. Clean the hell out of it. You want it all clean before you remove that cover, so you don't get any dirt getting into the engine. Then we're going to clean off the cover and clean off the area. Scrub it a bit with a little scuff pad. New silicone, and that'll be that. To give yourself a little bit more access, you're going to remove this 17, 17, 17, and this is like a torque mount. Remove that. It'll give you more access with your hand down in here. Okay? Once you have that mount removed, you can see how much extra room you have to work with. So I can literally get my hand in here and feel the 3 cover bolts, right? So if you have a small enough wrench, you can definitely get them off and do the whole job like this. So that's what we're going to attempt now, okay? So we're going to clean the area off with brake clean and a blower. Tons of brake clean. So we're just going to spray it in here. We want that whole area tidy. I have a drain underneath. Okay, just want to blow off the area. Now that you got it clean, get yourself a small 10mm. Something like this will do so you can get your hand inside. The torque on this is 10.7 pounds. So just, imagine how much effort it really takes to remove this. So now you're just going to remove all 3 bolts. All right, so to help us get to the lower bolt, the 3rd bolt, that last one that rides near the belt, you can see it right there. There's a 3rd bolt that rides near the belt. You can see it there. It's right there where my finger is. There's a 3rd bolt on that inspection cover. It's better to loosen off the belt and to remove this ground. So you take this ground out here. It sits on a clip there, and here it is. And then you just get a 17mm, loosen the tension on the belt, pull it off the actual alternator, slide it under the alternator, and that way your belt can move down and it won't interfere with that actual bolt that we need to get out, which is right there. You can see it right there, that bolt there. So see how the belt's there? Now you have enough room to access it with a little tiny wrench. Here is your inspection cover, and here's why it fails. They put a very limited amount of silicone. So as you can see, the silicone around these edges is pretty much non-existent, and the oil will leak out the sides. When you want to pry this off, you pry from this corner. This corner would be towards the firewall. Between here, and then there's a bolt on the actual head, and you're just going to pry it up. And now we're just going to look at make sure the plate is nice and straight. Strain it out if it's not. And then we're going to clean it all up. Alright guys, now that your inspection plate is clean, completely clean all the way around, all the gasket is removed, and you've cleaned the mating surface down here, and you guys can tell it's clean. Take a look right in there. See how clean it is all the way around. What I did is I just got a scuff pad, and I just got brake clean on the scuff pad, and I just kept going around with my finger until it's nice and clean. And then I dried it off with a dry cloth and or tissue or clean. I just dried it off with this. Okay, make sure it's nice and dry. Both surfaces are dry. All right, so what you want to do now is get your Honda bond. You know what, this is taking too long. Okay, you just grab your Honda bond. Okay. Be very generous with this. It's a very common place to leak. Okay. Okay, there you go. Make sure the whole thing's nice and covered. You got an equal amount everywhere. Okay. Clean it up around the outside. Now you got about 5 to 10 minutes to get it on. So, first thing you want to do is line up the plate. So the plate will be lined up like this on the car. Like this. So that's what I'm going to do now. Alright guys, so now our pesky oil leak is taken care of. Everything's back together. The arm is back together. 2, 3 bolts, and the arm pushes on. Our ground strap is back on, and it's clipped back on right there, that green tab. It just slides down. To undo it, you push back and lift. Our belt is also back on. Make sure it's over all your pulleys. Pull on in a bit to check the slack. It's good. So now we're moving on to the next thing. You should not start the vehicle for a minimum 30 minutes while this silicone is drying.